What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Let me get to the spot. Oh, hey, everybody. This is Plan Your Greatness, and I am your gracious host, Carlton Hamilton. And let's get started. We are talking about, are you a chameleon or are you a caterpillar? Now, some time ago, I did a video, and it was called, Are You a Caterpillar or a Butterfly? And what I did was I juxtaposed those two. Basically, that they were one insect, but there was a transformation from the caterpillar to the butterfly. And I'll get into the details of that, but that's what I did. So now I'm going to share with you why I'm asking you this question now. Are you a chameleon or a caterpillar? Because I believe that if you, in the comparison between the caterpillar and the butterfly, that there is an element of becoming the best version of yourself. Now let's talk about the two. Let's talk about the chameleon and the caterpillar. Now, I had to do a little bit of research, so this is really fun. Now, are you aware that all chameleons can't change colors? If you didn't know that, now you know. And all the colors that there's over 100 species of caterpillar, and they range in all sorts of colors. All of them don't change all the colors, but all the colors, from what my research said, there's pink, there's blue, there's red, there's green, there's black, there's brown, there's light blue, there's yellow, there's turquoise, and there's purple. All those colors are variations of them, and it's obvious. You're thinking to yourself, you're like, man, that thing changes a lot of colors. Well, there's pretty obvious reasons. Camouflage from danger, thermoregulation, temperature, feelings like emotions, and the brighter the color, they're in the kind of a mode of aggression. If they're in a darker color, they are submitting. They're almost giving up. And the eyes, in which they are part of the iguana family, so their eyes move independently. But when they focus on something, bam, they're just like us. They have that 3D vision. All right, now understand, with the chameleon, their change is a physical, external change because of environment, circumstances, situations. That's the chameleon. Okay, understand, let's think back. I'm asking you the question, are you a chameleon or are you a caterpillar? So everything I just broke down to you is what happens with the chameleon, because what it does, it is a temporary adaptation based on the environment, circumstance, situations, and peer pressure. Now, let's look at the caterpillar. The caterpillar's transformation is a mental, internal transformation. It is a whole body experience. That caterpillar is actually giving up something during the metamorphosis process, and that process becomes permanent and it's life-changing. And when they're done, you don't recognize that caterpillar anymore. That caterpillar is a completely different thing. It is now a butterfly, and it looks nothing like a caterpillar. And the part that really blew me away, and why I left it down in the order of the things I was going to talk about, is they gave it the term called nature's imperative, or the imperative nature. And what that means is the caterpillar does not have a say-so in what they're going to be. It is a natural imperative that they become butterflies. Now, the reason why I juxtapose that to when I asked in the first video, the question, are you a caterpillar or a butterfly? Because the caterpillar doesn't have a choice. It's going to be a butterfly. So are you the kind of going to try to stay in that stage? Because here we are as humans, and all you got to do is go to any city, go to like an off ramp or where there's a major cross street, and you're going to see somebody with a sign that says, "I work for food, I'm homeless." So in our society, where we see this abject poverty all the way up to just ridiculous opulence, in the city of Scottsdale, Arizona, Paradise Valley, you could go from about maybe 2 miles, you can see somebody living up on the side of the mountain and within about, let's say, from 44th Street and Camelback, you go down 2 blocks from Camelback to Indian School to Thomas, you'll see somebody standing there with a sign. Within 2 miles away from that, somebody is just living in absolute poverty. So we have this absolute range of living. We don't have anything that forces us, that commands us to be the best that we can be. So we fall into this range. We got people that are slimy caterpillars, and we got people on the other end that are beautiful butterflies. And of course, people will say, well, there's a system and everything. I get it. But here's the thing. That system oppresses very specific people. But I see people that are living up in them houses that look just the same as people with signs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not excusing anything. I'm just saying you that face out there with a cardboard sign in his hand looks just like somebody that I've been up to them houses in the mountains. So here's what's interesting. So what are you? Are you a chameleon? Are you just changing? You understand what I'm saying? Are you just changing because of the external environment, the peer pressure, and is it just temporary? Or are you a caterpillar gonna make a internal transformation, a whole body metamorphosis, a permanent life changing, and that when you reach that point, you are unrecognizable to the life you had before? So ask yourself, are you that chameleon or are you that caterpillar? Now, with me, it becomes very evident that I went through that painful process because before I was a professional baseball player, I would categorize myself as a chameleon, adjusting to the environment, reacting to how things were going, allowing those environments to change me to pink, to black, to purple, to yellow, depending on the environment, depending on the temperature. Then I went into prison. Absolutely had to make a change in my life. I had a decision to make. I now became a caterpillar. Because now as I became the caterpillar, that caterpillar doesn't have a choice. And when I was in prison, at that moment in my life, I did not have a choice. I was about like Andy Dufresne says in the Shawshank Redemption, I was either going to get busy living or get busy dying. I said, I'm getting busy living. Because I was so far backed up against the wall, I said, I'm coming out swinging. I'm going to either get, what did 50 Cent say? I'm either going to get rich or I'm going to die trying. And I would rather die in the process of trying than laying as a slimy caterpillar, which is what I'm seeing a lot of people doing in their lives, just accepting their place and not fighting. I mean, it's one thing of being somewhere in your life and things aren't going well, but why would you just throw your hands up in the air and just accept it? Fight all the way to the end. And that's where I was. And so now I'm this butterfly. I got beautiful children. I've got a college degree. I've written a couple of books. I have businesses. I'm not rich. I make decent money. And I'm a motivational speaker. So now I'm able to give back and if anything, in all my messages, and this is what I'm trying to evoke with everybody who listens to everything that I say, is what I'm trying to tell you is if you believe you can't, I'll say, okay, if you believe you can't, you're right. But I'm here to tell you, if you believe you can, you absolutely can. Because I'm a testament to that. So when you get in that mindset of understanding that you don't want to be a chameleon, you don't want to just change for the environment, you want to be the caterpillar and make the lifelong change where you are unrecognizable to anybody who saw you 2, 3, 4 years ago. And when you do that, when you make that commitment, you are absolutely 100% planning your greatness. This is Plan Your Greatness, and I will say this again. Plan your greatness. You know why? Because nobody else will. I'll see y'all next time.